One of the key things to making a memorable first impression is being relatable. I think finding something common of interest to talk to the person that you're chatting to, and finding a common topic, like either it could be something that's happened in the news or media or something that you both enjoy, is a really good way of making an impression with somebody that you don't know that well. I usually try to make a really crap joke. No, I don't. I don't do any of that. It's usually pretty basic stuff like, you know, always what brought you here, who do you know, how did you come to be at this event? I think that's really my most basic one, you know, something that is simple. If you try to go in being cool or you're trying to be too smart, it usually stuffs up in your face. It really depends on the individual. I believe if you're the business owner and you're going to a networking event, your time is pretty precious, so it's pretty selective about the type of people you could potentially meet at any kind of network event. But if you're like a business development manager or, you know, a person that's like a manager, I think there should be more time allocated depending on what your role is. But for business owners generally, I think as much as you can possibly do, really. I mean, honestly, how we're doing business these days is majority of business owners get most of the work from referral. So if you can build good relationships, then you should be definitely getting out there. And you never know. What's the number one thing? It doesn't matter. Some of my clients have come from the weirdest things where I didn't think there would be somebody there. So yeah, it's definitely a big priority. Picking and choosing which events to go to is usually around timing and dates. So of course try not to do so many events that to the point where you're getting double booked. I think it's more picking and choosing where you're going to find the most quality businesses that are either going to be people that you're targeting demographically that are going to be suitable to do business with, or the types of people that could be good referrers for you. So identifying that is mostly number one if you had an overlap. But I think if you're doing that many networking things, you'd start to become well known on the circuit as a bit of a over-networker, which could also bring a negative thing. It's more about building rapport and quality than it is just smashing out numbers. Fear is a really big one. I don't think it ever really goes away from people when you have to meet a stranger. It's always quite daunting, especially when you're not sure what to say or how to open. For me, I look forward to that, kind of putting myself out there, because that's the way you find new opportunities with people that you may have no idea that can relate at all. I remember one networking event that comes to mind really straight away was I went to a networking event. It was a really, really busy environment. It was quite loud and just talking to so many different people, but I had a conversation with a lady that was like maybe 5 minutes long. And then 6 months down the track, she referred me to a business that I've helped out with. And that was like a conversation. And I always refer to that one because it was like, I just didn't expect to get any kind of work from that. It was just like a, hey, how are you? What do you do? What do I do? We should meet up for a coffee. And then 6 months down the track. So you just never know when something's going to come from. So I say, don't fear it, just embrace it.